I fricked up by pretending to be deaf for the entire quarantine. So, 3 months ago or whenever it was that the quarantine started, I started an online course for a few subjects. To provide some background, these aren't my school classes or anything, and I've never met these people before. There are maybe 10 other kids in class, and the teacher is actually pretty great. So the first 2 days go pretty well, but on the third day, I frick up big time. We're in between a physics class that had already been going on for an hour, and I'd completely gotten distracted halfway through. I have an incredibly low attention span, and this was already too much for me. When the teacher called my name to answer his question, I had no idea what he'd even talking about, so I tried to Google it. However, I have shitty internet, so it took really long to load, and the teacher was getting pissed as to why I wasn't responding and why I was typing. Completely freaking out, I decided to text him on the Google Meet chat and make an excuse that my laptop's audio and microphone are not working today, and I've been reading the subtitles which take quite some time to load, so I hadn't quite gotten his question. In my immense panic, I phrased this somewhat vaguely and said I can actually hear I've been reading the subtitles, they take quite some time to load, to which the instructor said, "Oh, I am so sorry. Wasn't he aware that you are deaf?" In my intense panic and anxiety, I just went along with it. Dumb as frick. It actually worked out fine. I did type out all the answers sent to me, and even bought a hearing aid that I sometimes wore in class. Now I say sometimes because I don't actually have the focus and commitment to remember to put it on every class. When asked about it, I told the people in class that even with the hearing aid I can hear much, so I didn't usually bother wearing it. I bought it. Everyone in class likes me a lot now too, and they find me very endearing. There's a girl, Carla, who says I have the most beautiful smile she has ever seen, so this was actually going really well for me. But like most of my antics, this backfired on me big time. When I made this godforsaken decision all that time ago, I was sure I'd get away with it. We were never going to meet Earl. However, about a week ago, the instructor decided to meet Earl as the lockdown in my country has been lifted. I spent all night watching videos of deaf people and trying to figure out how to behave. I decided to pretend to also be completely dumb so I wouldn't have to try to speak like them. It seemed very hard, and I didn't want to try. So anyway, we meet up and everything goes well. No one uncovers my secret or anything. Spend the entire Earl meet with Carla, who is completely freaking stunning in real life. She is smart, she is funny, she is kind. We keep handing each other notes on tissue papers, and it is the cutest beep ever. I haven't ever been this attracted to anyone in my entire life. Toward the end of the meet, however, Carla hands me a tissue paper with one little heartbreaking sentence on it. "Will you date me?" Fuck. Panicking, I tell her I need some time to think, and she has to chill with it. I'm supposed to be meeting up with her tomorrow. I can pretend to be deaf and dumb while dating her. It is freaking impossible, but if I have to keep the charade up, I'll have to let her go, and I didn't want to do that either. There is also the other option where I tell her it was all an act. Best case scenario is the extreme embarrassment, amazing girlfriend, and the worst case scenario is she thinks I am in a hole and I lose her anyway. Yell doctor, I pretended to be deaf because I wasn't paying attention in class, and now I might be missing out on an amazing girlfriend. Edit, she just texted me what time to pick her up. The date is actually tonight, not tomorrow, so I have way lesser time to make this decision than I expected. Haha, I am like a disaster that keeps on happening. Anyways, you should have an update in about hours, which is when I'll meet her. So this is the update why all have been waiting for. I just got back from the date with Carla. So basically, I prepared really hard for the date, Googled what the appropriate flowers for apologizing for your lies are, and got her white orchids. I then put on my best clothes and set out. She'd come to the date with a cute little notepad and 2 pencils for us to write notes in, which melted me instantly, but I was so anxious and nervous that at first I couldn't bring myself to tell her. But as we sat waiting for our order to arrive,